Hi everyone, it's Daniel from Homegrown in Australia. So I'm based in the out eastern suburbs of Melbourne, and I thought I'd do a quick video on the zucchini. So I was just actually up in the garden and picking a few, and I just thought I'd share a little bit of my knowledge of zucchinis for those that might not have planted them before. So I plant my zucchini seeds in little pots late August through to early October, and then typically putting the seedlings into the garden beds around early November. And the reason I plant the seeds in pots first is I've typically got my winter crop still coming through in that sort of August-October time frame. So I like to sort of get them going, ready to go straight in the beds once I pull out my my winter crops like snow peas and so forth. So you don't need too many zucchini plants. They're quite prolific and they grow fast. So these went into the garden beds in early November, and here we are in the second week of December, and I'm getting crops already and getting crops from last week. So what do we need to know about zucchinis? Well, I'm growing blackjack and all green varieties. I've grown yellow varieties before, but this year I'm just growing the green ones. Zucchinis have two kind of flowers. So the first flower, and what I find in my bed at least, the male flower seems to come along about a week after the plant starts fruiting, and I'll show you the consequence of that in a second. But so this is a male flower, so you can see it's just on a stem, and yeah, the bees will go into that and take that to a female flower, which I've got an example over here. And here's an example of a female flower, and you'll find the female flower, in fact there's a bee in there, might be a bit dark, and you can find that's on the end of a little zucchini. If there's no male flowers, and this is really the only reason I plant a few plants, because probably one or two plants would do for me, but by planting four, I find I get better pollination of the fruit. And if the fruit doesn't pollinate, what ends up happening is you get a funny looking fruit like this. So that's okay. That can go into the worms and help me create some fertilizer. Because the zucchinis grow so fast, within a few days, if you're not checking the beds, what can happen is you can get a very large one. And at some point they get too large to eat, in my opinion. This one's okay for soup or slicing to go on the barbecue. But yes, because you get so many, it really is worth picking them when they're small, like what you might see in the greengrocer. So that will get picked today. That'll get picked probably this afternoon or tomorrow. You can take the male flower. In fact, I've got a couple here, so we'll do it. This one here. You can actually pick the male flower and walk him over. And I suspect this has already had the job done because the bee was in there. You can peel back these leaves, or these petals, sorry. Just doing this one-handed, and you get the idea anyway. And you can push that into that female flower and pollinate it. So make sure the fruit forms properly. So that's another thing you can do. The only other suggestion I'd have with respect to zucchinis is they do like the moisture kept up to them. Don't water the leaves, so water down at the ground level. you can get a mildew on the leaves. And they like a rich soil. So I'm typically putting compost and manure into my beds with each change of crop. And I'm mulching the beds, as you can see down in here. It's a bit shady, but with a sugarcane mulch, an organic sugarcane mulch, just to help keep the moisture in. But other than that, very easy to grow, very prolific, and very fast. So if you like zucchinis, encourage them to grow them in your garden. Thanks for watching, and if you found this a little bit helpful, give me a thumbs up. I'd love it if you subscribed. Encourage me to do more of these videos from time to time. Cheers for now, bye.